Okay, so I have some downtime, and I've been thinking about what calls I've gotten wrong since we've begun this. So I've been talking about what's going on in Ukraine now for the last not quite 3 years, two and not more than a half, not quite 3 years. And so over that time, you're going to get some things wrong. And I have. Today I was talking about Trump, and he seems to only zig and he doesn't seem to zag. And my theory was, if you see him zig, and then you see him zag, you know he's one way. And if you see him only zig, then it seems like it's only the other way. So I'm going to credit myself as having gotten that one wrong, in the sense that he hasn't zagged yet. Now, I will leave open that he can zag in the same way that, or opposite of the way that Obama couldn't really zag and George Bush couldn't really zig. Like they couldn't go both ways. Where I believe that Trump can, even though the proof is that he hasn't so far. So I'm going to give myself check myself as wrong for that. Two other places where I think I've gotten it wrong. One, the first one was the pipeline in the Baltic that was sabotaged early on. And early on, I was going, well, I don't think Ukraine has the ability to do it, and I don't think the U.S. would do it and take that risk. I don't know what European country would do it. And while we don't actually know who it is, the best evidence that I understand still points toward Ukraine having been able to do it. I thought maybe, well, is this a false flag? Got it wrong. I got it. I don't know, but I think I'm. But in saying that, I lean toward a false flag, I probably had it wrong, but I just don't know. So that's number two that I'm going to credit myself as being wrong with. Number three was when the first drone went over the Kremlin. I thought clearly Ukraine doesn't have the ability to do it, and that's coupled with clearly the Russians have some kind of air defense that would be able to defend against it. So I thought, that must be a false flag there, because of course the Russians wouldn't let that happen. But it seems like the Russians did let it happen, and it seems like Ukraine did have the ability to do it. And it seems like when you bet against Ukraine having the capacity or the capability to do something, you get it wrong. So those are three places where I think I gotten it wrong over the last few years. So you can tell me other places where you think I have it wrong. Certainly, you can say he has a blind spot, or like he's a rhino, or he's MAGA, or I get it from all sides, right? I'm not a rhino. I'm not a Republican in name only. I am a conservative Republican. I'm not MAGA. I'm not that kind of Republican. That is populism. I'm a conservative. They're very different. And I'm not a liberal. I mean, I keep telling you what I am, and you keep telling me I'm something different. So put in the comments below if you think I got it wrong somewhere else. I'm happy to hear what it is. And I've gotten a lot of little things wrong, and I'll correct it the next day based on the evidence in the newspaper or whatever, or when somebody calls it to my attention. Hey, like for example, the other day I said 10,000 kilometers square, where it was just meters. It wasn't kilometers. I misspoke. But if I got something else that's big wrong, put it in the comments below. I'm happy to entertain it and try to figure out what I try to correct as quickly as I can. But those are three places where I think I've gotten it wrong. All right, my friends, that's all that I have. Thank you for the time, the likes, the shares, the subscribes. Thank you for caring about Ukraine.